Shalom Akim, Kal Halayim La, Yahweh Hashem Yashab Hashem Kal Kodash, and double honors to the great Muslim apostles, Thadi Al Thadi Al for the strength in order to make this video. And it's the brother Ratazar Racha Halal Ya, meaning willing spirit, praise Yahweh, or Yahweh's will, and then spirit is Racha, and then Halal Ya meaning praise Yahweh. So, really, just to get to the point of this video, it could be long, could be short, spirit wolves. But the point is that we're supposed to be soldiers that Yahweh Shai can rely on, and we must also be humble enough to ask for more strength when we need it too. It could be more strength in terms of having more faith, having more belief, having more fear in Yahweh Shai. Of course, strengthening us with whatever afflictions and thorns that we're going through. But really, when I say humble enough to ask for more strength, really is more faith as well, man. As well as strength. Well, yeah, also strength to also deal with the affliction that we go through day by day. So, this can be as a little faith booster, for Akim out there, and if you brothers still laboring as well, all the brothers laboring, of course, for whomever may be watching this video as well, man. Because in this life, we know that this isn't our world. That's why it says, I think in Micah 2:10, that it will destroy with a sword destruction. Roughly paraphrasing that one. So that's why we can't get complete peace in this kingdom. Now, of course, certain brothers do have their moment. Well, I say certain brothers, really, majority of brothers, probably a good majority of brothers who don't really have women, they have that peace of mind there in that aspect. But then in other aspects, they don't really have too much peace of mind. It may be a job, it may be family members, it may be even just suffering through a thorn or some affliction that they have to personally go through. So with all this adversity or different forms of adversity that we're going through, is also used to strengthen us. It's used as a teaching process for us to learn from. The scriptures say they're written for our learning, and what the scriptures say also, we apply it upon our lives as well. Certain situations where we're in, where the Most High puts us in, we can use the scriptures in order to apply for it too. Even just certain stories, man. So yeah, might as well get that one. Might as well, because that's literally what the video title was based upon, being a soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So I'll get that right now. Of course, one thing about being a soldier as well, they always have this, I don't know if I want to call it aura, or this attitude about them of being disciplined, austere, which is very severe looking. And when something's austere, it's something that's severe, something that's serious. In fact, I might as well just search the definition up as I look for this precept as well. Something that's austere, because Yahweh Shai was also described as an austere man as well. So let me just get the definition quickly. Definition. Austere. So austere, the Google definition, it says, let me play it for you how to say the word.
Austere.
Do it one more time.
Austere.
So austere, it's probably the UK, the British pronunciation. It means severe or strict in manner or attitude. And that's typically, it says severe or strict in manner or attitude. What manner of man ought ye to be? That's a precept in itself. So of course, what type of attitude do you want to behold, man? Because as a soldier of Yahweh Shai, there's standards to be made. The way you act, the way you behave. Of course, your lifestyle really, to reflect being a soldier of Yahweh Shai. So let me actually try and get that precept I was trying to get. What manner of man ought you to be? What type of mind are you supposed to be in? What type of attitude are you supposed to depict? Depict meaning like a show. That's what depict means. So let's get 1 Timothy 2:3-4. Actually, hold up. Alright. Hold on. I don't even think he's in first. Hold up. It's probably in 2 Timothy let me actually check it. It's probably in 2 Timothy. Yeah, it's in 2 Timothy. So 2 Timothy 2 and 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. So of course, hold on. If any man strive for the masteries, yet he is not crowned. Okay, calm. But the point is in verse 3 and 4. So let me get to verse 3. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. So of course that's just a command right there from Yahushua, man. From Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, that as a soldier, which as we're serving him, going out there in the highways and byways, of course, also just really doing the works as well as just living our lives too. The things we always got to know that we are soldiers of Yahushua. And of course, what does a soldier typically do? A soldier fights in war. We know that our warfare is spiritual and it's not carnal. I think there's a scripture in Corinthians as well. Our weapons of our warfare are spiritual, not carnal. So of course, knowing that alone, as a good soldier, things we're supposed to be trained. Soldiers go through their training in order to go through adversity. They have to go through adversity in order to be hardened up. That's why they have their little they're not little, but their training camps where, they have different measures. Some of them have to do like 3-mile runs. I'm just talking here, just based off of YouTube videos that I've watched. But, they have to go through adversity. That's really the truth that we all know that what soldiers go through, For instance, if you go to a physical aspect, you may do like a 3-mile run, do some pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, and some other exercises as well in order to strengthen their body and their mind too. That's just going on the physical aspects of a soldier. And of course, all those things that they do are really all formulate into adversity, which means hardship, things that are hard to go through. And spiritually speaking as well, the hardship we go through typically pertains to having to deal with demons, of which use other vessels, which try to weaken us. But through Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we get stronger and we overcome them. Hence why they then fail and then we succeed. But that's through Yahweh Yahushai, who strengthens our spirit and our minds, man. So of course, and even our bodies as well, because certain times brothers may go through certain afflictions, with obviously I don't want to get too personal with it, but sometimes brothers got to suffer physical sufferings in terms of beatings or whatnot. Other brothers will have to go through prison as well, maybe some torture in the time to come. And yeah, man, every brother and what they got to go through. So but yeah, as it says, 2 Timothy 2 and 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. Now, saying that as well, we endure hardness. But the thing is, Yahweh Shem Yahushua will also give you a certain leeway, as part of the balance, where it's like, okay, now you can recover now from all that hardship that you were going through. The ultimate recovery and rest and end of that adversity is going to be in the kingdom of Yahushua. But of course, even within Esau's kingdom, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will allow us to have that short recovery. And that's just within our own lives. We can even talk about the captivity of Israel as well. From the Babylonian captivity, Syrian captivity as well, all up to the slave trade right now. Well, not right now, but recently, because you can go into the 1600s. But the point is that even despite that, the Most High had the balance there, where it's like, okay, go through the captivity for that amount of time. And then here he softened it up a little bit, where it's like, okay, we can labor now, we have certain freedoms in Esau's system, but that's only temporary, by the way. We're still subject under him, but it's not as severe as it was during the slave trade. So of course, the Most High has that balance, man. That's why the scripture said a false balance is an abomination to him, man. That's why it says that. So verse 4. So really, as I said, the point in verse 3, 2 Timothy 2 and 3 is that we go through adversity to refine ourselves. Zechariah 13 and 9, refined as gold or as silver. And of course, going through the adversity will then strengthen our spirits and our minds in order to overcome the demons or which are used to go against us to try and weaken us. So really that's why the scriptures talk about suffer chastisement cheerfully, roughly phrased now. But then we get to verse 4. 2 Timothy 2:4, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. Now, of course, when you look at the word entangleth is when, you can either visualize your hair, the afro hair, or you can visualize like cotton wool or something that's knitted together like too many ropes that are interwoven together, but they're not interwoven in a clean manner, whereas like it forms a rope or something. But the point is, entangleth is really trying to phrase in a proper way. It's like you're getting too mixed in to the thing, into the world. It says, entangleth themselves with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. So of course the point is, we have a mission right now, which is really to preach, to really bring in the elect, ultimately speaking. That's why we keep bringing out these videos, so that Yara Tazar, we bring all the elect together. And of course, when Jacob's trouble comes in, the point is that's when judgment is going to be rolling out a mass amount of judgment, man. When I say mass amount, I'm talking about mass death here. So, but the point is, as we're also prophesying as well, really the ideal aim is to really bring in the elect, so that Yahweh Shemeshar things kick off, the destruction of Esau Edom's kingdom kicks off. Of course, Babylon's destruction, well, it's already kicked off anyways, but the point is the nuclear missiles, getting close to it, the MOTB, then the nuclear missiles coming into it, so that Yahushua then comes in, brings in the elect, going into, I think, Matthew 13 about the wheat and the chaff, the wheat representing the elect that are going to be gathered into the Ghana, which is the chariots. But yeah, the point is, as we preach, we're gathering the elect, and that's part of the soul mission, to prophesy. That's part of our role, to prophesy, to teach and prophesy. So of course, as we have this role to teach and prophesy, which is part of the war is that as we teach and prophesy, Esau Edom on the left hand side is going to try and get to us as well with certain demons that he may send. Also, not just certain demons that he sends to, but even just simple affairs of this life, man. It could be a job, it could be a woman, it could be job, woman, and even just flipping sicknesses as well, man. Sicknesses in terms of health. It could be literally there could be multiple, man. Obviously I'm just trying to think of multiple examples right now, but job, it could be a woman, and these are just hindrances as you're in war, because we're in a war state right now, spiritually speaking. That's why. So, because of course we're not carnally fighting right now, we're spiritually fighting. And how we spiritually fight is by preaching and teaching. That's one way. Fasting, prayer, and of course through all these things, our belief and our faith and fear in Yahweh Shem Yahshua increases ever more. Which will really refine us to be as that good soldier of Yahweh. And of course, going to the actual point though, it says, no man which warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. I think the best way really is like, imagine if you, obviously we're gonna get creative here. Imagine if there were like ropes attached to you, like strings attached to you, and you're trying to get to a goal. Let's say you're trying to get to a lamppost, which is like a street lamp. You're here, and then the street lamp is here. You're trying to get here, and of course the point is, with the affairs of this life, if you get too deep into them, like getting too deep into if you let them hinder you in the progression of this truth, which is really part of the entanglement. The entanglement is really the hindrance of the soldier of Yahushua, which we are soldiers of Yahushua. Thing is, with each entanglement of the world, it gets harder and harder to get to that lamppost, man. Which I did. That lamppost is salvation. But the thing is, with the entanglement of the world, it can also drag you away from the goal. That's the thing. It makes it harder. That's why when the time comes, man, we gotta drop this world. Because the thing is, yeah, Akim have jobs and their businesses and livelihoods, and we're still in this world, obviously physically. But the thing is that we have maintenance tasks to have to do. But the thing is, there will be a point where everything drops. Everything drops, man. Whatever so-called vain possession, whatever vanity that you do have, the shelter or food or a car or whatnot, the things, all of that is it's all gonna have to be dropped. That's the point, because of the mark of the beast. Because that MOTB will be the ultimate string where it's like, okay, if you let that flipping entangle you or really hinder you, then that's it, man. There's no way you're flipping, as Apostle Tar made a video some weeks ago, all bets are off, man. All bets are off. So that's why we got to pray for strength, fast, pray, and of course with the fasting thing, do it gradually. Don't just hop in and go hard. Gradually build it up. Do water fasting, then dry fasting eventually. Water fasting, do it for 12 hours. I'm just saying like a little routine here. 12 hours, and after some weeks or some months, they do 24 hours the whole day doing water fasting. And when you can do that, you can try to do 2 days. And then after 2 days, it's a gradual thing. But yeah, that's the point. So it says, no man that warreth, and we are at war, spiritual warfare, against these demons as well, entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. So of course we're made to also please Yahushua upon this earth. Our role, being a soldier of Yahushua, is to please him. And by pleasing him is really showing obedience unto him. Doing the work. Now, that was First Timothy. So of course, when it comes to entanglement, it's really talking about hindrances of this world. Don't let this world hinder you as you're a soldier. Because let's say a soldier, let's put it into perspective. Them secret agent or CIA type of movies. You might see them on Amazon Prime or Netflix, where someone's got to go undercover. If someone's undercover, typically an example of an entanglement is when the secret agent, for instance, or the soldier who's undercover would then fall in love. Bros must have watched a movie where a secret agent or a soldier has fallen in love with a woman. Typically, that woman in that instance would then be used as an entanglement. That's the thing, because he then lets the mission diminish in terms of importance, or rather the mission doesn't get completed because of the woman that he's fallen in love with. So of course the objective is no longer achieved. So that's just an example. Now that's not to say that you can't deal with women though, because of course it says don't let it entangle you, because entanglement is like, I'm not getting deep into this, but Yaris, I'm gonna get out some more free steps as well, and obviously keep it straight to the point. But entangling, just visualize the entanglement. You know when you're trying to comb your hair as well, and all the hairs are entangled as well. That's the thing. The comb don't flow well. The comb don't flow too well off of the hair when you're combing it. That's part of entanglement too, man. So imagine that. Entanglement means things can't flow the direction they're supposed to flow to. So as I said, they're hindrances, things to stop you. They're stumbling blocks. Now, as I said, just because I said that in the movie scenario, don't mean you can't deal with women, man. Of course you can deal with them, but you use wisdom when you're dealing with them. That's the thing. Don't let them hinder you when it comes to the works. That's really the point right there. It's like, okay, you gotta do this. If the woman says she want to do something for that day of which you got something planned, like a video planned or something, you do your video, and then that woman thing that you want to deal with, well, that thing that your woman wants to do, you reschedule that for another time, man. Because you got work to do. That's the point. That's really when you use wisdom to deal with the things of this world. And that's just an example for the woman case. You use that type of framework, that wisdom, when also applying to things of the world. Of course, use the world, but don't be as abusive. So, of course, you use it. It's a tool, something that you use. You use the tool, the world, for the temporary time being. Just as, for example, I know I'm getting deep into this, but not the movie, but them CIA secret agent movies. For a serious guy will make sure, okay, if he wants to deal with a woman or, deal with certain things, the mission goal is still in his mind, man. The mission goal is still in his mind. So whenever the time comes where it's like, okay, you gotta drop this off, then he has to drop off, man. To the world, it would seem like a betrayal, but the thing is, he's mission oriented. That's the way we ought to be as soldiers of Yahushua. We are mission oriented, which means to preach and teach this word. We can get into Colossians 1 and 26 and 27 about I might as well get it right now. About really what we ought to do, our main mission. So Colossians 1 and 27, to whom the Most High, actually hold on, it's not 27, Colossians 1 and 28, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Hamashiach Yahushua. So of course the point is, we're here, it says warning every man, teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Hamashiach Yahushua. And really, of course, not all of Israel can actually be saved. So when it says every man here, it's really the ones that are destined to be saved by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, or to receive the truth by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So that's our role, to preach, to teach in all wisdom, and of course to present every man perfect unto Yahushua Mashiach. And we know, of course, it's not by our power, so it's not going to be perfection, but it's our reasonable service. That's the point. Hold up. So I was on about soldiers. That point is already made, man. So let me get another precept here, based on the lesson. Check the time. Okay. Probably have to. Let me actually see something. No, it's still good. So Exodus. Actually, not Exodus. Joshua. This is Joshua 1 and 9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord Yahweh, thy power, is with thee whithersoever thou goest. So we have to be in this mind state where we know Yahweh Shem Yahushua is with us wherever we go. Of course, let's compare it to the carnal side as well. For a soldier typically has a gun everywhere he goes, man, or maybe a typical policeman. He has a gun, so obviously that's where the heathen's faith is in. The gun, which you don't blame them, because Esau's got the blessing of the sword, innit? But for us, we have the blessing of protection and strength via Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So it says here, have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage. So be strong and have good courage, man. In fact, let's try and get the definition of courage as well. Which really, courage is the overcoming of fear. That's what it is. So definition of courage. So courage, it says in the Google definition, the ability to do something that frightens one. Bravery. That's what it is. So synonyms are bravery, fearlessness, courageousness, daring, boldness, audacity. So those are just a few right there, man. It says braveness, fearlessness, and audacity. And of course, the fearlessness is directed towards the world, The only thing we're supposed to fear is Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. Those are the two beings. Not even demons or anything else that we're supposed to fear. We're only supposed to fear Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. That's why it says, have not I commanded thee? We're supposed to be in that mind state. Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid. Be not afraid. You know, this is of course pertaining to in our context right now. Be not afraid of Esau Edom. That in itself is also another video that I gotta get down to. So for the Lord Yahweh, thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest. So come on. Have not. So that's the point. In terms of I wanna try and find a word for it. But yes, the mind frame, the mindset we're supposed to have. To be in a strong state of mind, to be courageous, to not be afraid of the world. And of course, we're also showing this on a lower level too. We're showing this all throughout the power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai first of all. But as we go out there in the houses and byways, as we make these videos as well, because we're making our bodies a living sacrifice too. So with that, we're also showing the level of strength and we're showing the level of good courage. The reason why I said it's a lower level, because really that true strength and courage will also be in fruition when we're tested greatly. And that's going to be during the time of Jacob's trouble and during the time when the MOTB comes out as well. And during the time, well, obviously Jacob's trouble, that's where the apparitions and, you know, famine and other forms of destruction prior to the nuclear missiles coming will then happen. And that's in Jacob's trouble, a time of great suffering, you know, great tribulation. Tribulation literally means great suffering. So, yeah, that's the mind frame, man. Be strong and of good courage. But yeah, man, I'm going to do a part 2 as well. So, Yara Tazar, I'm going to get that done quickly. But, Yara Tazar, you're edified so far and you've understood, you know, the point of the video, which is really getting that mind frame right, man, with being a soldier of Yahweh Shai, that we're supposed to be relied upon and we're supposed to be humble enough to ask for more strength as well, man, which I'm going to get to some precepts on that for the part 2, man. But yeah, Shalom, Kahalal and Blah, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai Bashar Kodash, and double honors to agreements and apostles. Thought the Alpha, the Yahshai for the strength in order to make this video. And Shalom, man. It's been the brother Ratazar Racha Halawiyah. Spirit willing, actually, willing spirit praise Yahweh if you were to literally try to translate. But yeah, Shalom, Shalom.